everybody. I'm Jesse Waters along with Emily Campagno, Juan Williams, Kennedy, and Greg. It's 5 o'clock in New York City, and this is The Five.
I was happy to see on the front page of the New York Times for the first time where they were talking about spying, and they were talking about spying on my campaign. That's a story bigger than Watergate as far as I'm concerned.
President Trump calling a new report that his campaign was spied on bigger than Watergate as Democrats and the media continue to eat crow. The New York Times exposing just how far the spying went. During the summer of 2016, the FBI sent an undercover female investigator to meet then-Trump aide George Papadopoulos at a London bar. She reportedly then asked him if the Trump campaign was working with Russia. And Papadopoulos says the young informant even tried to seduce him.
I went and I met with her, and she was very suggestive, as you could understand. Younger, very flirtatious, and I right away understood that this wasn't a Cambridge assistant, and was trying to do two things. One, to extract information about my professional connections in the Middle East, and two, to see if I had any information that she could potentially extract for me about Trump in Russia, which of course is nonsense. When the New York Times suggested in their reporting today that the British were told of this operation, I believe the British actually were actively spying on me as well.
And President Trump thinks he knows who started the whole thing.
I think is corrupt as hell, and I think what's happened between Comey and McCabe and Brennan and all of these people, I think that he did a terrible job. I would say he probably led some kind of an effort. The word spying has been used. He probably was one of the people leading the effort on spying.
And the media is once again looking foolish. Let's take a quick trip down memory lane when they trashed Trump for daring to suggest that there was spying.
President Trump has a new favorite word, and every time he uses it, he is lying. And that is the word spy.
The president is tweeting in high gear. He wants you to believe that his campaign was spied on, and it's one of the worst things that we've ever seen from government.
The notion that somehow the FBI planted someone inside the campaign to spy on the campaign is just not true.
Just not true. All right. So, Greg, the media's been wrong about the dossier, about collusion, and now they've been wrong about spying. But I know you want to talk about the honey trap, probably.
I probably don't.
No?
No. I want to say, though, that there has been one oasis of rightness, and I believe it's called The Five.
Oh,
Five has been right the entire time.
Four of the five.
By the way, I did enjoy him saying bigger than Watergate, because that was basically throwing it back at everybody saying that collusion was bigger than Watergate. Yeah. That's like saying, just say no while smoking a joint. It was his way of mocking everybody for the past 2 years. The media is going to have to play this down because they've been wrong for, 3 years? They've been chasing the wrong story the whole time. They're like the reverse Columbo. Right? It's like they never catch the bad guy. They always catch the wrong guy. So they're going to have to continue this narrative because it's too humiliating. So they're going to shout about McGahn, and they're going to shout about getting Mueller, because they can't admit that for so long they were chasing the wrong. You know what it is? This is like a great episode of Law and Order. You know how there's always a surprise at the end, a surprise twist, but it's always the architect, that kills the person. In this case, it's like the rich executive is innocent.
That's right. Maybe Columbo is the bad guy.
Yes,
maybe that's who the media is. Think about this. Unbelievable. They've spied on a presidential campaign. They've tried to cover it up. And Juan has been wrong about the whole thing. Because the New York Times,
I must say,
because the New York Times reported it.
But it's a question to Kennedy.
Kennedy, how do you feel about Juan being wrong?
Why not? Go ahead. Because this is like a drunkard's convention. You guys are so off the tip. I know it's Friday, but it's not Friday night yet.
Okay.
Give it a break.
So is the New York Times fake news? Juan?
No, they're right. You're fake news.
How?
You said the FBI implanted somebody in the campaign. How crazy is this? But you just go on the air and say this stuff.
If you send a paid informant overseas to entrap someone with sex.
It wasn't entrapment.
Oh, it's
Give
not?
cover to your other
You want to know what it was?
Yeah.
They were doing their job. Their job is to check and see if a foreign nation was interfering in an American election They sent someone over there because Papadopoulos had told people, oh, yeah, and Russia's providing information on Hillary
Who told
Clinton.
Papadopoulos that?
I think who told
Another
him?
informant.
Yes. I don't know who told him, but that's what
Joseph Misson.
So the Bureau's doing its job. What does FBI stand for? Bureau of Investigation. They didn't come to any conclusion. They were protecting America, and you make this just like Trump. I guess you're reiterating Trump's point. You're just saying, oh, yeah, that means they're spying. There's no evidence of spying.
So now it's just not spying. Now it's paid informants overseas.
And I love that somehow changing the definition of words is going to make problems go away.
Right.
And I really hope there are journalists who investigate this story thoroughly so it doesn't happen again. You have 25 people on the Democrat side who want this job. They better hope to holy hell
Trump doesn't
that
have enough
the CIA
spies to
and
investigate
FBI
all these other
don't
Democrats.
Still have this amount of power that they can do the same thing, because the person they hate the most in the world, the person that they hate who's ever existed, that person is the President of the United States and arguably has the exact same power within his domain and can do the same thing that the FBI and CIA did under the Obama administration. They better get to the bottom of the story, and they better make damn sure that there are some massive structural changes that have been made.
Yeah, power's been abused, and I think, in my opinion, this is the New York Times and the intelligence community getting out in front of what they see as an IG report coming out that's going to be damning.
That is exactly the reason why the Democrats and the media are attacking all of this, and especially A.G. Barr and his testimony. Yeah, they're trying to undermine his credibility so that when the IG report comes out and proves the FBI and CIA overreached and overstepped its government bounds, it will be proven in it, and that is why everyone in those two buildings or from those buildings, like Comey, are terrified. And I want to tell you that the
unemployed,
reason,
by the way.
Yes, and the reason why it's such a big deal, it's not just the spying. It's the spying also in conjunction with the fact that there was no defensive briefing of the Trump then campaign. That is what proves that our intelligence agencies were deployed and armed against then candidate Trump. If at the time they thought the campaign had been compromised in some way and that there were people within the campaign that were compromised, they would have briefed the president. They would have briefed the then candidate. But they didn't, which means that they thought he was or wanted him to be the Russian asset. So it's the spying in conjunction with a lack of defensive briefing. And the briefing in August was a general briefing.
But, Emily, they didn't know. So they're trying to find out if Russia, in fact, has put some kind of asset inside the campaign. So they don't want to blow themselves up.
But
so they are making a request.
So that doesn't really sound like a solid launching pad for an investigation.
We have 8 intelligence agencies plus the Mueller report that say Russia interfered in the 2016 campaign. We have Jim Comey, who is FBI director, never said a word to us, the American people, about the fact that there was a counterintelligence operation aimed at discovering whether or not Russia was somehow hidden inside the Trump campaign. He did that to Hillary Clinton. He protected this president.
You know what?
James Comey protected Donald Trump.
Because he could have put out the word. If he had put out the word toward the end of the campaign, the FBI had an active investigation into whether Russia had some embedded assets inside the Trump campaign. It would have devastated the
So they cared more about politics than national security. Is that what you're saying?
No, that was national security.
No, you're saying he didn't do that publicly because he didn't want to interfere with the politics of it.
Right.
So as FBI director, stay out of the politics.
He did. That's what he did, except he did it when Hillary Clinton got involved.
Can we just, it would be wise at this point, after all this time, to just step back and take a look at what's happening right now this week. You're seeing a lot of narratives collapsing. You're seeing, for the Mueller report's out, it's not what you wanted, I understand, that's over. Meanwhile, and we're going to talk about this in the next block, Trump's doing pretty good, and you hate Trump's guts. That's another narrative that's collapsing. My advice is I think the Democrats and the media should take a timeout, a vacation, because this is not going well for you. You have the greatest economy probably in modern history. You're watching unemployment numbers like you've never seen for Hispanics and for women. This is an incredible time to be alive, and you are so mad that life is good. There's something wrong with you.
Yeah, that's why the president is talking to Putin, and he said,
that has nothing to do with this.
We didn't mention it. We didn't discuss
That has nothing
whether
to do
or
with
not
it.
Russia
You know what this is
interfered.
Good news.
Forget about
You
it.
should wonder why good news makes you sad.
Yeah,
good
you
news
should-
makes me happy.
You should wonder why closed eyes you don't see anything.
My eyes are wide
maybe your
open.
eyes are
Oh, you mean like
closed.
Democrats and socialists when it comes to the economy? They're closing their eyes to these numbers and, and how to compound it and make it even better than it is?
yes.
That's not the message they're
I
delivering.
see, yeah.
Show me one person who's running for president on the Democrat side, particularly one of a progressive stripe, who's talking about using this good economic data and making it even better.
I
all
think
they're doing is
that's in fact exactly what Elizabeth Warren. They're all saying we've got to do better for the middle class. In fact, Biden gave a speech the other day.
No one heard it.
Campaigns about the middle
Yeah,
class.
I think there was
No one
200
attended.
people that showed up. All right, we're going to do that next one.